Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome back. It's what's this? The third Thursday? Third
That's
Thursday
right.
part is? Yes. Welcome back to the 20th anniversary of DFREE. And we're excited to have you because tonight is the big reveal. And so we're very happy to have with us our CEO and chair, DeForest B. Soaries Jr. Hello, Dr. Soaries.
Hello, Reverend Sutton. It's good to see you tonight. There's some people on our team very happy that you're here tonight. I got an email just last week, I guess, telling the team how exciting it was that you'd be here tonight because you were going to bring the energy. So thank you for bringing the energy. I didn't know I needed you for energy, but uh, thank you for your energy.
We
And
make a great team, sir.
all right, as long as I don't wear my purple sweater, right?
That's exactly it. As long as you don't wear the purple sweater, we are in great company. Hello, everybody. I see some of our regulars coming in. Hello, Miss Vita Bankhead. Good to see you. It looks like Brittany is here. Hello, Brittany. Welcome. And Valerie. Hey. Okay, it looks like Accra's calling in. Hello, Miss Carmen. Was that Carmel? Okay, good to see everybody who's coming on. I don't know who's who. Oh, all right, Sora Tanitha Ross Johnson. Tanitha Ross Johnson is super important to us because she's the co-director of DFREE with Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Do you see Monica Hines is on as well from
Wow,
Cleveland?
Monica Hines, boy, she's a great leader and
Yes.
great financial advisor. Hey, Monica.
Yep.
But uh, Tanitha Ross Johnson, I talked to,
Doctor. Yes.
I talked to Dr. Stacy Grant just yesterday, and
Yes.
she called me to make sure I was going to do what she's asking me to do. You know how Dr. Grant
Yes.
is. And
Mhm.
she was talking about her leadership team,
Yes.
and you certainly are part of that leadership team, and we appreciate the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Yes. Yes, indeed. People are checking in from all over. Hello, Cynthia Zeller's coming in from Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, Princess is back with us. Princess Priscilla is back from Oklahoma. So we're happy to see you again. Hello, Stella. Good to see you. Can you guys let us know where you're calling in from, where you're logging in from? We're so and your affiliation. We want to know who's with us today. All right.
I
Danita
didn't,
is in from
I
Memphis.
didn't know you knew Stella. How do you know Stella?
Listen, I know everybody. I'm just kidding. I'm recognizing everybody's names.
Listen, let me tell you, Stella Kobana is the only young person that I've ever met in the last 30 years who knows, not only does she know hymns like old people, she knows all of the verses of hymns. We were
Come
in
on,
church.
Stella. Know all
I'll
the
never forget it. I'll never forget it. We
wait,
were in
even
church
the third
singing
verse that the Baptist skip.
one of those, oh yeah, one of those old hymns, and Stella was just singing every verse. So good to see you,
What a
Stella.
fellowship. That's what she said the song was. What a
See?
fellowship. Thank
What
you,
a
Stella.
fellowship.
We
What
can
a
hear
joy
you sing.
divine.
Yes. Oh, look at this. Vita is here from Louisville, Kentucky. And so is Pastor Dallas Lanier is with us tonight.
I talked to Pastor Lanier yesterday. He's doing great work in Grand Rapids. And we're talking to Project Green and Dallas Lanier, Reverend Lanier, about doing a Fin Fest in Grand Rapids, Michigan in
Excellent.
2026. Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Hello, Grand Rapids. And we also have with us Elder Joseph Dillard. He is calling in from Bloomington, Illinois now. You remember when he was in
that's
Atlanta
right.
with us?
That's
Yeah,
right.
but now he's in Bloomington. Hello, Tanya is with the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated in Marietta, Roswell. So hello to you. Good to see you.
So that means
You know,
you'll be on with us on the 24th, then, right? Because we're doing something with this. I think it's the South Atlantic region of Delta
yes,
Sigma Theta.
we sure are. The
So the
24th. Are you going to be with us,
24th.
Tanya? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, let us know if you'll be with us. So
There's only
tonight
about there are only about 8 Delta chapters in Atlanta, so hopefully we get all of them.
yes, Tanya said yes, she will be with us. Great. We're looking
Good,
forward to it. We are certainly
good.
preparing for our time with Delta Sigma Theta. So we got some exciting things coming up with them as well. And tonight is the big reveal. And because you are with us this evening, we're going to let you in on some great things that are happening in DFREE. We have quite a few videos and breaking news to share with you. I'll let Dr. Stories lead us into our very first video, which is going to be taking place.
Yeah, well, as I've been saying, folks, coming into 2025, it was a very urgent need for me personally and for us as an organization to make some decisions about what we were going to do. We were either going to kind of level set and coast and just keep doing what we were doing, or we were going to dig deep, raise more capital, invest more money, and expand our resources. And the demand was so great. We had so many people like you who were faithful, showed up at everything, have come to all events. I think Reverend Lanier from Grand Rapids has come to every live event we've ever had, except one which conflicted with his own. So we came into this year making some very strategic decisions. I told my team, we're going to go deeper, we're going to go wider, and hopefully we'll be able to serve better. So tonight, we're going to show you the highlights of the key platforms and the key resources developed by our team members. They've been reporting to me every single week. We've gotten updates on all of these projects, and we're about 98% where we want to be, but that 98% is good enough to get us to 100 very soon. So we're going to start with the $1 billion challenge. The $1 billion challenge is an internal challenge. No one asked us to do it. No one's paying us to do it. No one requires that we do it. But our goal as a business, as an organization, as a movement, is to help 100,000 people pay down on average $10,000 in debt, because $1 billion in debt payments equals $1 billion or more in wealth created. There's a direct relationship between debt reduction and wealth creation. So we've created now, which is the 4th generation of the $1 billion challenge website and platform. And we're inviting individuals, but more importantly, groups to join the $1 billion challenge. We're going to give some prizes to the sorority chapters, the churches, the families that do the most in terms of debt reduction. And we've added a savings component. The Deltas and the Zetas have helped us kind of flesh out the savings piece. So our first update, she calls it a reveal. You know, that's a little technical, but our first update is going to be on the $1 billion challenge platform.
Yes.
Have you heard? There's a new BDC in town. That's right. The $1 Billion Challenge has a brand new home at bdc.dfreefoundation.org. This is a sleek new edition of the BDC in a simplified, user-friendly package. And the best part? You don't have to create a new account. Just log in with your existing credentials. Your savings and debt goals and payment histories are completely intact, and it's easier than ever to do all the things you know and love in the BDC. To create a new saving or debt payment goal, simply click on the plus icon, enter the details, including your financial goal, payment start and end date, and frequency. The tool will then calculate how much you need to pay each time to reach your goal. It's that simple. And it's even easier to log a payment. Just click on the Add Payment button, enter the amount, and update. You can edit any goals as you see fit, and even delete ones that no longer apply. Just like your goals, your groups are still available to you, and you can keep up with your collective progress as usual. And, as always, all your information is completely confidential. If you need any help, click on the Resources tab for comprehensive support. And that's not all. You can do all of this from the comfort of your mobile device or phone. So what are you waiting for? Head to bdc.dfreefoundation.org and get started with the new $1 Billion Challenge today.
I am so excited about this update. You have no idea. The fact that we can get BDC on our phones now, it's a mobile app, and you haven't lost any of your information, and you can sign in with the credentials you already have. That is super amazing. I know it's going to help a lot of Deltas and a lot of Zetas out there.
So let me say 2-3 things. Yes, your energy and excitement is contagious, Reverend Sutton. First of all, this is a mobile-friendly platform. It's not what you would call a mobile app, and that it's not in the app store that you download. What you do is you go to the platform, and then you use your phone to save it as a bookmark, and then it shows up on your phone just like an app. That's what I do, and then you click it and you get in. The $1 Billion Challenge platform is so important to us because it is an intentional, aggressive, affirmative, proactive way of really challenging ourselves and motivating others to pay down debt. I have learned, because over 85% of Americans have debt. I've learned that when you focus on debt, which is why the book is called Say Yes to No Debt, you're really getting control of your finances in a way that most people don't. Most people chase debt payments, and it costs us much more than we realize. So the $1 Billion Challenge, it does require that you go there intentionally. And that's a discipline. It's developing a debt reduction, wealth creation muscle. It's something if you pay a bill, you've got to go there and tell yourself, I paid a bill, as opposed to just writing it down on a piece of paper.
Right.
So it's really a tool. What I really love about it, which has been both the most exciting and the most challenging part about this platform, is that you can form a group. I can form a group of ushers or nurses, or I can form a group of choir members or sorority sisters. And again, we have over 200 Delta chapters. We've got dozens of Zeta chapters, lots of churches where they form a group and form a group goal. And the group goal functions as an adjunct to the 12-step course, which we'll talk about next. So it's really wonderful. A lot of people find it inconvenient to have to stop what they're doing and go track their debt reductions. But those people who do it testify that it is one of the greatest tools they've ever used in their lives, because it calculates your interest and it gives you reason to celebrate, because you can see the actual number. If you say, I'm trying to pay off $10,000 worth of debt by December 2025, and here's who I owe, and here's what the balances are, it does the work for you. Yes. And then your group can celebrate. And we also have what we call friendly competitions between different chapters of different groups. And we're going to expand that this year. So thank you. Thank you to the team. That was Maxine's voice. Maxine's in Canada, and she does a lot of work on the $1 Billion Challenge content and construct. We have Josh and Johnson and others in Ghana that help people if you lose your password, if you're having trouble getting in. Angie's team in Accra, Ghana, provide all the support. And then we have leaders like you that learn the platform and help other people access the platform. I talked about this being an adjunct to the 12-step course. We have in our old book and our new book, the 12 Steps to Financial Freedom curriculum. It really flows from the Say Yes to No Debt book. The book kind of tells you what's possible. And the workbook tells you how to get there. But now the whole course can be taken not only in groups, but online. And we've updated, just like the book, we've updated the statistics, we've updated the data, we've updated some of the images. So let's take a peep into the updated Say Yes to No Debt 12 Steps to Financial Freedom course.
Yes, but real quick before we do, we did have a question in the chat, and it was, will our existing debt and savings goals carry over to the new system? And yes, your goals will carry over, your debt will carry over. If you want to eliminate some of those, you can take them out, but all of the debt and everything that you paid off will carry over. Just use your existing login. If you use that, you have all that information. We wanted to ask that question because it was germane to the group. And so we wanted to make sure that you knew that. And just a little bit piece about the confidentiality. We do not need your social security number. We don't need your blood type. We don't even need account numbers for this. This is strictly confidential. It is between you and BDC, your goals. And so we want to reiterate that. And last but not least, I think because of Stella inspiring me with the older hymns, you want to remind yourself that the BDC, for those who are unfamiliar with it, which is $1 Billion Challenge, it's likened to that thermometer that used to be outside of the church where you would see the ticker go up with the thermometer. You'd see that the money was going up and they were paying off the building fund, but you never knew who was actually contributing. So we have a communal number so you can see what's being paid down in our communities. So you'll see that number. So every moment, everything you pay down, you'll be able to see that being calculated. So we'll know how close we are to getting our $1 billion debt right now. All right. Are we ready for the book? 12 steps. Let's go.
Welcome to 12 Steps to Financial Freedom through the DFREE Online Academy.
If you're like me, spending is what drove you to have more debt than you know. But not everybody gets into debt. As I acknowledge, there are all kinds of reasons people get into debt. It's not always trying to finance a lavish lifestyle, as I started out trying to do.
What does financial freedom mean to you? The DFREE definition of financial freedom means being able to live comfortably, knowing that your bills are paid, You have the proper types of insurances, retirement plans, investments, and savings so that your future is secure.
I'm so happy you decided to join us, and I'm challenging you to make a decision right now to go all the way to the end. It's not that far in terms of content, but it can be a long distance in terms of finance.
Yes, super excited about that coming very, very soon. And why? Because Dr. Soaries is wearing a nice jazzy blazer in his videos. And not
What she really means is I'm not wearing a purple sweater. That's what she's trying to say. It's all shade. It's not a compliment at all. She may be smiling on her face, but she got a little hatred in her heart. But listen, I do want to thank you, Reverend Sutton, because you, like Joseph Dillard and like Project Green and other people around the country, have really taken the 12-step course to a level that it otherwise would not reach because it's online. There are 3 ways, and we talk about this in facilitator training. There are 3 ways people are using this content, and you, those of you who are here tonight, can use it yourselves. The first way is to have a group, and Reverend, I owe you this vision and this understanding where groups get together in the basement of a church, in somebody's house, at a library, and they walk through the book like a book club. You take the book and you take the workbook and you discuss it for 12 weeks in a row, 6 weeks in a row. I know one church actually did it for 1 chapter per month, and it was a year-long campaign, but it's in person. The second way people use this academy is by themselves at their house. You can go into the community, you can join the DFREE Academy, and you can literally take the course all by yourself in the privacy of your home without anybody seeing you and without you seeing them, which is the kind of stuff I like to do. And then the third way is it can be online. Your whole group can join the academy. You can do it online, and some people do it online and in person at the same time.
Yes.
So the DFREE Academy I guess the content was about 5 or 6 years old. We've updated the data just like we did the book. We've made sure the lessons in the academy online align with the book chapters because they're new chapters and they're new chapters in the workbook. I'm very excited. The team has done a great job with that. And we just found yesterday some things that we wanted to improve. And so by the time people get to the end of this course, they will find even more improvements than they would have had they joined last week. So that's new also. The DFREE Online Academy has new features, has new images. I got on my new jacket. No, it's really not a new jacket, but it's new for you because you don't like that purple sweater.
Well, let me say this. We are very excited about the updates. And I know that those of you who have touched the academy before and liked it, know that you're going to love it now. You're going to love it even more. And so I want to congratulate Pastor Lanier because they currently have a group who is taking the class as we speak. He's in the chat sharing that. So we're happy about that. And we also want to make sure that you do utilize it as a book club, because when you get down to not necessarily leading and teaching, but more facilitating and walking through together, there's a cohesiveness that happens. There's an accountability that happens, and there's an excitement that happens. So if you haven't already touched the academy, feel free to dig around and look around and get used to it. And also that self-pace was really critical this summer. There were a lot of people that were on vacation that still wanted to manage their money, and they were able to log on from beaches and vacation homes and all those wonderful things that they've accumulated because they get the good D's, and they've been able to go on self-pace. So those are all really critical. And thank you, Dr. Soaries, for doing the update and taking care of that. And so what's our next step? What are we headed into now?
Well, I think it's the new website, DFREE.com. Our website had been developed almost like a house. You know, you build a small house, then you add a room, add a room, add a room, add a room, and the new rooms don't necessarily match the old rooms, and the old rooms are older than the new rooms. And so what we decided was to tear down the old website and build a whole new website. Now, you'll find that the content is very similar, but hopefully this is more user-friendly. The colors should be more pleasing to the eye. And the most important thing is that this website was developed with the intentional connection between the various parts of the website and, of course, all updated information. When we get past the website, you'll understand why it was important to have a brand new website. And this website today is live, and it connects you to everything we're talking about tonight, and even the things we don't have time to get to tonight. So we wanted to give you a preview before we started promoting the website. We wanted to give our family a preview of what the new DFREE.com website looks like.
All right, get ready, get ready.
Hi everyone, Michelle here, and I'm excited to walk you through our newly designed DFREE website, a digital home created with our growing community in mind. Whether you're brand new to DFREE or if you're a longtime member of this movement, the updated site is designed to make it easier to navigate, to access support, and stay connected. So let's take a look. So we'll start on the homepage. And as you'll see at the top, we have a simplified navigation bar, and everything you need can be found through these tabs. So we have the About Us tab, we have the Foundation tab, we have the Resources tab, the Events tab. You'll also see our social icons over here to the left, as well as the link for the community login. As you scroll, you'll see a high-level overview of the DFREE mission, including the people that have been helped since beginning the DFREE program. We also have a section here about how we can help. And this section is interactive in the sense that you can select what it is that you want to do or what you're looking for. And the options will change according to what it is that you yourself particularly need. So as you continue to scroll down through the homepage, you will see a quote here from our founder. You will also see a link to learn a bit more about us. And you'll also be introduced to this area for your financial freedom toolkit. So these are different resources designed to support your goals. So we have our $1 billion challenge here. We also have a section here for you to take the DFREE pledge. And we also have a link here to the DFREE Academy. And this area will be updated with more resources as we add more and more things to our suite of offers and products and resources. And as you keep going down the homepage, we'll also see a link here to shop the collection of the new Say Yes to No Debt book, the second edition. And so this will take you over to our store. And then we also have some things that some of our members are saying. And so this is a great place to read some more testimonials of other people who have gone through the DFREE program. And at the very bottom, you'll see here an area where you can join the newsletter if you are not already part of our newsletter, as well as some other links here in addition to a contact us link as well. So now we'll go into our about page, which I'll click from our footer. So now we'll look at the about page, and the about page gives a clear overview of who we are and what the DFREE lifestyle and movement is about. And as you scroll down through here, you'll see that this is a movement for economic empowerment. You will see how this movement was inspired by Dr. King. We also have a bit of a history of our timeline. Some of you may be familiar with all of the things listed here. For some of you may be new. And so this is a really good place to go to really understand our story and to understand our impact. And then you'll also see here a section to go into learning a bit more about our founder. And so this page gives you a bit of insight behind the leader behind DFREE, Dr. Sories, and the visionary behind this movement. So you'll find some more information on his background and his values and the legacy of leadership that guides everything that we do. So this again just gives you a bit more information, an understanding about this movement and how it came to be and everything that has supported the growth of DFREE. So another page to highlight is the foundation page. The foundation is the nonprofit arm of our work. And so this page here just gives more of an outline of the mission, partnerships, and the impact that we've had through community engagement and education and empowerment over the last 20 years. So you'll be able to learn a little bit more about the DFREE Global Foundation. If you click this link, it will bring you over to the foundation website. You also see a bit about some of the work that's being done in Africa, as well as the community campaigns, the $1 Billion Challenge, the foundation scholarship commitment, and FinFest. So this page really serves as a high-level overview of the work of the DFREE Global Foundation. So far, the pages that I've shown give insight into who we are and what we do and the mission behind the work. And so this next portion of the website really is for you all. And this is our resources, and starting with the Get Help page. So we've organized this page into categories to make it a bit easier to find what you need. So whether you're looking for help buying your first home or managing debt, building credit, investing for the future, or planning for retirement, we've curated this resource page to guide you. So each category includes direct links to vetted tools and organizations or programs that can offer real support, not just information, but actionable next steps. So as you hover your mouse over each category, you'll see that we have different resources available within these different categories. So you can really think of this page as your go-to help desk, and it's tailored to the specific challenges that you might be facing. And most importantly, it's here for you whenever you need it. And right at the bottom, you will see that we do have a link to be able to connect with a financial professional from Prudential. So that is all available here on our Get Help page. The tools and tips page, this is an area for you to explore all of the DFREE resources, the tools, the programs, and the paths that support your financial freedom journey. So we have a learning area here where you can click to learn more about our DFREE Academy, as well as our resource library, which takes you back to the Get Help page and also links you out to the book and the workbook. We also here invite you to join our DFREE community, which Sanaya will talk more about after this video. But the DFREE community is our DFREE hub where everything DFREE is housed under one roof. And we also have resources here for becoming a partner with DFREE. If you want to help others transform their finances or to collaborate with us to amplify our mission, we have facilitator training available. You can bring it to your organization, and we also have sponsorship opportunities as well. And then this also just brings you back to some of what we showed already, the about us, the success stories, which will bring you to testimonials, our events calendar, which will bring you to the events calendar over on the community, the Global Foundation, which will bring you over to learn a bit more about our nonprofit arm, as well as the Contact Us page. Now, our Trusted Partners page. We believe financial freedom is a collective mission. And so DFREE partners with trusted organizations to expand impact, drive equity, and support real financial transformation from individuals to entire communities. So this page just gives you a bit of an overview of one of our longest standing partnerships, which is with Prudential, that we have been in partnership since 2011. And so you can learn a little bit more about that partnership through the Trusted Partners page. And this is also an opportunity for you to see what you are able to get if you partner with DFREE. And maybe this is bringing it to your local community. And so we have this area here to be able to click to start a conversation with us. Now, before we wrap, I just wanted to show two important navigation points. I briefly went over it earlier. So this is the events and the community login. So the events page, when you click that, that will bring you over to our DFREE community, where you'll be able to scroll through and see the events and webinars or anything else that we have going on for the month and the coming months. And we also have the community login button that will always be here. It's up to the right. And this will bring you straight into the DFREE community platform. So if you have an account, you'd be able to log directly in here. If you are not a member of this space, you can join this space. The essentials level is free. And you're going to hear a bit more about the community a little bit later today. So that's a quick tour of the new DFREE website. Everything you need is now easier to find, explore, and engage with. So whether you're just starting or you're deepening your journey, be sure to spend some time exploring and let us know what you think. We're really excited for this next chapter of the DFREE movement.
That was a lot, but it's also been 6 months in the making. And what I loved about what Michelle said the most is that it's all, quote unquote, under one roof. Again, we had built pages and rooms onto the house, and the roof had started leaking. We thought it was most appropriate for a 20th anniversary to build a new house. And especially since we have new rooms that didn't exist in the old house. I do want to say that there are some new features and some new characteristics of the DFREE campaign. We have over 20 years, well, mainly 15 years. The first 5 years were pretty much at First Baptist, but the last 15 years have been all over the country and other parts of the world because of CNN. We've collected feedback. Our team, again, has been fielding calls almost every day. We get an email or call from someone asking, can we do this? Can you do that? And we've taken a lot of the questions and turned it into content. A lot of our strategies are a direct result of experiences we've had when you've been teaching classes and you've taken notes on what people need that we didn't have to offer. Yes. So we try to fill those gaps. We can't be all things to all people, but we are unique, particularly in the African American community, of bringing together these resources in an affordable way that's culturally relevant and intellectually accessible. We are not highbrow PhD professors teaching people everything that's wrong with them. We are just kind of debtors saved by grace, and each one teaching one. I did notice that in one of those photos, I never saw it before. One of those photos, I saw a big hair model. And I was wondering if, because she looks so much like you, I was wondering if there's any relationship.
Now,
Did you
let
know?
me say this. I was going to stay away from the fact that out of the 7 photos of you, there were 2 vest pictures, including one purple. I was going to leave that alone. Since you went there with the hair. Yes, it is very much a throwback of all of us. And so I like the history of DFREE. Thank God that we're debtors saved by grace and that our and
We,
that we transformed. But it seems like everyone is really does like the website. And so
that's proof positive. That's proof positive that you are part of the history. You and your hair are part of the DFREE history. I want to say this too, because we're talking to family. For all of these years, we have literally offered everything we do for everybody for free, including books at times. We've given away as many books as we've sold because our commitment is to never have someone say, I would have read the book, but I couldn't afford it. Or I would have gone to an event, but I couldn't afford it. And what we have found, Reverend Sutton, is 2 things. Number one, there has been an underappreciation in certain sectors for the value of what we do. That's number one. Second thing we've discovered is that the fact that we've not asked anyone to give anything, although, listen, Reverend Emmanuel Baptist Church, Reverend Darrell Webster and his church, they've donated money to DFREE over the years. Reverend Dallas Lanier and his church have donated money to DFREE. So we've gotten donations, but they've been sporadic here and there. So what you'll see going forward is that the cost of the books have increased because the cost of producing books has increased. And the cost of the top 2 levels in the community now have fees, and they have fees that can be paid over time. They have fees that are affordable. And through our foundation, again, anyone who says, I cannot afford to pay the fee for any of the courses, we will raise money in the foundation and sponsor that person. We are at a crossroads as a community and as a country. Yes. And we believe that the path we have to take is to be prepared to do more for ourselves. It should be clear to most people by now that if you're not a billionaire, it's not likely you're going to benefit a lot from government programs. This government has decided it's going to focus on defense and on arrests and on other things. And so we want to invite and challenge people to invest more in ourselves. When we say members, remember, we work with people through organizations. But what we've discovered is that there are people who read our books and attend our events and don't realize how many resources we really have available. So we're building a community of DFREE activists, DFREE participants, DFREE readers, DFREE students. But when you see the community, I want you to keep an eye and an ear open for the fact that this is not a substitute for organizations. It's a supplement and a resource to organizations to better serve their members. And so your members become partner members with us.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that because it's sort of a connector. You know how people are connecting now? Because when you go to the actual lesson or the module, you can connect with those organizations. And so we facilitate that connection. And I want to quote Stella, who's quoting you. And she says that that you taught her that which costs nothing, I tend to not value. And so we want people to have skin in the game. And thank you, Stella, for bringing that quote to Dr. Sories' remembrance.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I love free stuff, but apparently people don't place as much value on free things as they do the things that cost money. And the reality is this: we cost money. I have raised and spent millions of dollars in 20 years helping people through DFREE. So it's not, so nothing is totally free. When something is free, somebody has paid for it. And we're now inviting people to partner with us on an individual and group level to pay for the resources that we're developing. Now, we do have financial advisors that work for free. When we say Prudential, know that Prudential has also invited JP Morgan Chase, Smith Barney, and other financial firms. So if you ask for a financial professional, they may not be from Prudential, but Prudential works with their competitors literally to serve DFREE. So it's not just a potential employee, but when we meet with professionals, and we'll talk about this, we talked about it some last week. We'll talk about it more next week. That part is free, but Prudential pays their employees to work with us for free. So everything costs somebody something, even if it doesn't cost us or if it doesn't cost you. So where are we going next? I think we're going to the DFREE
big finale, the thing that we're most excited about, which is our DFREE community. This is the newest thing. Yes, we're super excited about that. This is where everybody, you know how to say in church, this is where we can all play a part right before offering. This is where we can all play a part. So
here's the thing. You know, we've called this a movement, and a movement assumes that people are in different places, but they're doing the same thing, even if they don't do it physically together. And like the $1 Billion Challenge allows us to work together without being together, the DFREE community allows us to work together and be together. And it facilitates the DFREE team serving people beyond the 12 steps course, but inclusive of the 12 steps course. So we call it a community, and it is absolutely marvelous when we see pastors and managers and companies and sorority leaders and fraternity activists meet each other, meet up together at physical events, but we can meet up together every single day in the community. And the power of the community is that often people learn more from each other than they do from experts, from me, from our team, from anybody else. It's the testimonies and the experience and the passion of the community that makes the strength of the community. So I'm very excited about this. This is something that people have been pushing us to do. And one of our longest participating DFREE people is primarily responsible for building out this community. And I'm very, very pleased with what they've done.
All right, let's get to it.
Hi, I'm Sanaya, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to walk through the DFREE community, your central hub for connection, support, and real financial transformation. The DFREE community is where your entire financial journey comes to life. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your finances to the next level, everything you need is right here. Now, inside DFREE community, we've designed 3 clear levels to guide your journey no matter where you're beginning. First, we have the essentials level. This space is open and zero cost to join. And it's all about building your foundations. If you're ready to learn how to manage debt, understand budgeting, and create financial goals, this is where you start. You'll find tools, conversations, and challenges that meet you right where you are. Next is the academy level. Once you're grounded in the basics, the DFREE 12 Steps to Financial Freedom helps you deepen your journey with our structured course. This level is for those committed to lasting change. The course is equipped with accountability, tools, and step-by-step education rooted in faith and discipline. Finally, there's a lifestyle level. This is our most advanced level where financial freedom becomes your way of life. Here, you'll explore interactive lessons through storytelling and deeper why behind your money decisions. This is where you go from just learning to actually living the DFREE lifestyle. I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate inside the essentials level and share how you can move forward when you're ready. So once you go to dfreecommunity.com, you'll see this page, and this is a welcoming page. If you have a login already, you'll click login. Otherwise, you're going to click join and create an account. Once you go to create your account, you fill out your credentials, you'll be prompted to complete your profile as well. It's important that you complete your full profile because this is how we'll be able to help you get your financial journey started. Once you've completed your profile, you'll get into our community. Over here on the left-hand side, you see a navigation bar, and you have access to the essentials level, which has a function of start here. This is a help guide. This will help walk you through how to update your profile if you needed to go back and make changes. We also have how to turn off your notifications in case you don't want to be notified for every post that comes out. Then we also have you take a look at how to introduce yourself. In the home section, this is our main chat. So this is where you will want to come in and make sure you're checking every day, because we have posts that are going to help you further your journey. And you will also find out about events and things that are happening here. You can create a post by just coming here and typing whatever you wanted your post to be. You would type that there. You can upload a photo if you like, and then you would hit publish and your post will go live. When you want to engage with other people's posts, you can like and comment as well. The other feature we have inside the community is our calendar. And this is where you'll be able to see all of our upcoming events. And to show that you want to attend, you would RSVP, and then you'll be able to get, whether it's a live event held inside the community, like our live money dates that happen every Wednesday, you can RSVP and you would get the link to join. Right here, you'll join the live room. This is an event that happens right inside our community. So when this goes live, you would come back to the community and you click join room and you'll join everybody else that's on the money date. Then as other groups are available, you'll be able to come and click join and you can join the other groups. We have ways of segmenting the conversation so that you can speak to people that are interested in the same topic. At the top, we have a navigation bar as well. And here you'll be able to click on get help, and that takes you back to the website where you're able to get other resources. You'll see the event section as well. Takes you back to the same event calendar here. And then you're able to see members on here as well. All of our members that are part of the community. Over here, you get your notifications. So you can check notifications in case you've missed anything. And then if you have any direct messages, you'll be able to check those there. If you've saved any posts or comments, you click this bookmark and then you'll be able to easily access those as well. And that's all we have for the community. I hope to have you join us and see you in the
Let me tell you, Reverend Sutton, one of my real concerns. You know, I have a radio show called For Your Soul.
Yes.
And I started a private Facebook group for my radio listeners because I wanted a way to interact with them on an ongoing basis. And I got so sick of Facebook because what I learned was that Facebook and Instagram, the other social platforms, they have these algorithms and they control your message. They restrict your message. They send you things you don't want to see. Yes. They recommend people that are ratchet and and they disrupt your life. And so I decided that I had to shut down my private Facebook group for my radio show called For Your Soul, because I'm just sick of being manipulated and controlled by these billionaires that own TikTok and these other platforms. And so this community, what I've told my private Facebook group is that we're shutting that down. We're coming over to the DFREE community. So we have a group for my radio listeners, For Your Soul, inside the DFREE community. There are no algorithms. There's no advertising. There's no ratchetness. And it's just wonderful having our own platform. Now, the name of the platform, the name of the company that we're using to build our platform is called Circle. And so you'll see when you go into the community, you'll see the circle icon, etc. In 2026, this entire platform will be branded DFREE. There will be an app in the App Store for both iPhones and those other phones. I forget what they call
Android, sir.
Yeah, Android. So there'll be an app in the App Store, a DFREE app that'll take you straight to the community. And it's very exciting because, as Sanaya said, we're posting every single day. There's information, and these tools can be used either by individuals or by groups. Project Green is the best example in Grand Rapids, Michigan. their members are part of the DFREE community
Yes.
as a group. And so if you're in Project Green, you can be in the Project Green group in the DFREE community, and they have events, and they'll have information that's just for them.
Wow.
So if you have a group, if you have a chapter, for instance, inside the DFREE community, you can use that for your own group, and you can expose your group members to things that are going throughout the DFREE community. We're very excited about that.
Yes.
Again, it's free to join. We have paid options that upgrade. We've got the 12 steps course, of course. We've got the DFREE lifestyle, 18 mini courses on credit. And you saw Michelle, she described the help page. The topics on the Get Help page are aligned with the topics of the mini courses on the lifestyle level. So we're talking to companies, we're talking to large government agencies, we're talking to an agency in the South that deals with people who have mental challenges, and we're curating all of our content to meet the needs of those people who have called us, which is why we have two versions of the book.
Yes.
We have the faith-based version, of course, used by churches and Christian organizations. And then we have the general market version of the book, because we have government agencies and we believe in separation of church and state. We have private corporations that have employees from different faith backgrounds and different ethnic backgrounds. So we have a faith-based version, a general market version, and you can take your pick. The workbook is applicable to both. And we have facilitators training, all new facilitator training. And all of you should have gotten free access to the facilitator training already. If you were on with us, then you got it. So if you just came tonight, you may not have gotten it, but those before. Facilitator training opens the door to the facilitator's guide and other tools in the facilitator toolkit. So that's what the community was built to do. It's an expanded version of who we are. We've invested more resources. We need more help. We need people that will help us in posting information. And I have an announcement to make tonight that no one's ever heard before. And I know it's going to drive some of our team members crazy. But let me tell you what else I decided we're going to do today. There are people who are the victims of financial ripoffs. There are people who are being scammed by companies. There are people who are being marketed predatory financial products. And so I'm going to ask our tech guy to create a new email address, tips@dfree.com. And I want, if there's a company in your neighborhood that's ripping people off, if there's a scam that we need to make people aware of, if there's a person that is misbehaving and causing people to lose money or hurting people, we want you to send that information to us. And then we will use our contacts and our influence to bring pressure on those people and to warn the whole community, stay away from this company, stay away from this business. Because we're living in a climate now where injustice feels it can get away with being unfair. You know, anytime you see the kind of things happening that we're watching, there are a lot of people who feel that they can get away with crimes who would not have even tried those crimes before. And so I'm going to set up a special tip line where people can send us information about people and companies that are hurting people economically around this country. And we're going to mobilize. I'm going to get our young leaders like Dallas Lanier and Trevor Hyde and you and others to really add this component to our work, because we cannot simply teach people how to help themselves without advocating and protecting people from those who would do harm to them.
That's excellent, sir. That is absolutely excellent. I do want to comment on those who have popped in the chat. It seems like the money dates are pretty popular. Thank you, Brittany, and thank you, Jody, for sharing that. They really are enjoying those in our DFREE community. I think Pastor Lanier is really excited about it being R-free, ratchet free. So we want to thank God for him. So yes, the Academy is accessible inside the DFREE community now. So yes, you can get to it there. Thank you.
We should say, since Brittany brought that up, we should describe what the money date is. You know, all of us are busy. And one of the D's in DFREE is delinquency.
Yes.
Because we're so busy, we sometimes put things off. We get letters from IRS, we put it off. We get letters and needs from other places. And so this money date idea, it was envisioned by one of our strong team members. The idea is, let's just pause once a week for 45 minutes and let's agree to take this time. We're making a date with ourselves to focus on some aspect of our money, which means that a week won't go by without me really catching up with whatever I'm behind on, focusing on what I need to focus on. For me, I spent the last 2 money dates focusing on my budgets for 2026 for 2 of my companies.
Wow.
Because I made a commitment coming into this year. I was not going to wait till December to be working on my budget, my business budget, not my personal budget. So I've spent the last 2 money dates on Wednesdays just taking 45 minutes to work on and updating my 2026 budget. So I'm feeling less stressed already because September's not even over, and I'm 3 months ahead of where I was last year this time on my budget because of the money date. So that's what the money date is. And again, it's a time of collective peace, calm, and focus. And we're doing it at the same time, those of us who can do it on Wednesday afternoon at 2:00.
Excellent. Excellent. There's so many good things, comments in the chat. Pastor Lanier also mentioned that his Project Green is currently doing a payday loan survey in their community. You know, this is a reminder for me to share the survey on the DFREE community. That's right. So that others can take advantage of it. Thank you. We appreciate Grand Rapids, Michigan coming in and doing that.
Pastor Lanier and his organization have been one of the leading anti-payday loan organizations in this country. The last time I actually participated in a picket line was in Grand Rapids, Michigan, with Dallas Lanier and his team. We were picketing a payday loan store. Today, the payday loan industry has become very, very sophisticated. Most of them are done online and on phones. And so we have to have a strategy that's commensurate with the transition of that business. But the payday loan is the crack cocaine of the financial services industry. We want to make sure we warn people, teach people, and that we continue to fight for public policy that makes it illegal to charge people 400%, 500%, and 600% interest.
That's excellent. I'm so glad that we have people like Pastor Lanier on the front lines, and I am so appreciative of all of the amazing things that are happening with the Academy, with BDC, with the 12 steps, with our community, and all of the wonderful things we discussed tonight. But as usual, we want to be DFREE with our money, but also with our time, and we're hitting the 8:30 hour. So we want to make sure we say thank you to all of you who have joined us. We appreciate you coming out on Thursday evenings with us, and we are going to wrap it up next week with our 20th anniversary soiree. Now, Dr. Soaries, you can't wear the purple sweater, but I do need you to be in a tux or something kind of fancy for our soiree, at least from the top up.
We must be trying to get fired talking about tuxes. But yes, we will be dressed next week appropriate for the occasion.
For the soiree, yes. And we're looking forward to all of you joining us. We're going to walk down memory lane. We're going to have some surprises, some special guests, some folks with some testimonies, some people you haven't seen in person, but we're looking forward to having them on, commenting on their DFREE experience. We've partnered with so many people, and I am excited to see Dr. Soaries' reaction as he goes through these next 20 years. So please join me so that we can all watch the reaction together. So thank you, Dr. Soaries, for always allowing me the privilege of being able to serve with you. And thank you to all of you who joined in with us tonight.
Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
See you next week. Good night.